Today's video is long awaited. We are finally doing the McDonald's mukbang and story time about Nugget. If you guys are not caught up on the tea, make sure you check out my first two story times on Nugget. So I have a part 1 to this as well as a part 2, and if anything, at least just watch part 1. That way you figure out who Nugget is. Just really quickly, Nugget is an ex-boyfriend of mine that I dated whenever we worked at McDonald's together. So this is a boyfriend from high school. I was like 16 or 17 whenever I dated him, and yeah, make sure you check out the first two parts. But this story time is going to be all about our breakup and how our relationship kind of came to its demise, I guess you could say. Just for the record, we were never officially boyfriend girlfriend, but I'm just gonna call him boyfriend for the purpose of this video. We dated, but like we were never official. But we were pretty much together, if that makes sense. But anyways, let's head to McDonald's and order all of our food, and then we are going to dive into the story. It's pretty juicy, so let's get started. All right, guys, we just got to McDonald's. There's nobody in line, so we are just gonna hop right into ordering, and I kind of know what I want, but we'll see exactly what I order.
Hi, can I take your order?
Hi, just give me 1 second. Okay, could I get the quarter pounder with cheese? And can I also get a McChicken?
Anything else?
Yes, could I get a medium fry? And then the 6-piece spicy chicken nuggets.
Alright.
And then I'll do the medium strawberry watermelon slushy. And that'll be it.
Okay, did you want any sauce for the 6-piece?
Yes, could I do the hot mustard?
Alright. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Alright, you can pull around for your soda.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out which code to use. I have a bunch of different codes and I'm trying to figure out which one I want to use. I think I'm going to use my medium fry code. Let's see. Hey, how's it going? I have a code too. Thank you, you too. Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Thank you.
Can I have your blue chicken ice cream dough for me?
Yes.
Thank you.
This looks so good. I've never had McDonald's slushies before, so I was like, I've got to try that, and wow, that looks really good. But we've got to get some good lighting today because this might be a long story time. I don't know. I'm gonna try and keep it very concise because I feel like in a lot of my story times I tend to ramble. Not ramble, but I'm just telling the story from memory. It's not like I rehearse these story times beforehand, so when I'm telling it, I get very off track and I ramble, and sometimes I forget things that I want to say. That's why doing story times are so hard, because it's just like you don't want to leave stuff out because people can misconstrue things and then they comment stuff and it's like, well, you know, you probably wouldn't have commented that if I would have said this in the story time. But it's like you just forget things because you're just trying to recall it, you know. So I do have some housekeeping things. Maybe we have time to do it now, but more like a disclaimer. So please pay attention to this part. Hopefully you're watching at this part, but this story time does involve, I guess you could say, verbal abuse, because that's just what happened in the relationship. So just keep that in mind if you are, you know, I don't know if you're watching this with kids, or if, just a disclaimer, it does involve some very heavy topics, and obviously I have to word things a certain way because YouTube won't let you use certain words and YouTube won't let you say certain things, but I'm just gonna try and be as, you know, I don't know what the word is, but we're just gonna do our best. And also, this happened to me 9 years ago. So I was 16 going on 17 when I dated Nugget, and I am now 26 going on 27. So this literally happened almost a decade ago, and I was obviously very young back then. I was not seasoned in my relationships. Like, I didn't know what a healthy relationship looked like. I didn't know how I deserved to be treated back then. So just a little disclaimer, you know, like this, I was literally a kid when this happened. So I feel like when we're young, we get into relationships that are not always good for us, and you know, we grow up. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna stop rambling. I don't know, I'll check in with you guys once we get the food. Hi, thank you. All right guys, we have secured our McDonald's bag. Hey, I wanted to make sure I had my sauce in there. Oh wait, did they give me, okay, yeah. Wanted to make sure they gave me my spicy chicken nuggets. Okay, so here's the thing. I could not decide between a McChicken or a quarter pounder with cheese. So I was like, I'm gonna just get both. Why not? And I also had to get their spicy chicken nuggets because I don't know when they're getting rid of them, but when I saw they still had them, I was like, whoa, no way. They still got their spicy chicken nuggets. Heck yeah. Okay, guys, stand by. Let me find some parking. All right guys, I think I found some good lighting and good parking. So here is our McDonald's bag. I'm gonna quickly unbag the food with you guys, but this slushie, I wanna go ahead and give it a try because I feel like it's gonna start melting and I want to get a sip of this. Oh yeah, I can already see. It's definitely not as good as Sonic slushes, but I feel like Sonic kind of specializes in slushes, but oh, that's so good. Okay. We got our French fry. We also have our McChicken. Oh, I meant to ask for extra mayo, but I forgot. Oh, it looks like it has a lot of mayo on it. There is our super yummy McChicken. And then here is our quarter pounder with cheese. I really wanted the quarter pounder with cheese just because I've been craving it. This looks good. I actually have not ever had a quarter pounder with cheese on my channel. I've had a quarter pounder with no cheese, but I've never had it with cheese. So I'm pretty excited about it, I gotta say. We got 2 hot mustards. So I think I'm gonna dip my McChicken in the hot mustards as well. And then we got our spicy chicken nuggets. Super excited about this. They look hot and delicious. Okay guys, while my food is still hot, let me get my table set up very quickly and then we will get started with the story time and mukbang. Okay guys, we are all set up. I feel like I got set up in record-breaking time. I'm getting very good at this, I gotta say. I'm just opening up my sauces now and then we are going to get started. If I can open up the sauces. Wow. That little wrapper is really on there good. Wow, okay. That was supposed to be a very smooth opening, but the sauces definitely made it a bit harder for me. Let's get started with the story time, you guys. Like I said, if y'all have not seen part 1 to the Nugget series, make sure you check it out. Part 2 is just about like my worst day ever, which was with Nugget. But you have to see part 1 because that explains all the tea on how we met, like the beginning of our relationship, just a lot of information on it that is good to know. But Nugget is the guy from McDonald's that I dated whenever we worked there together. So we were co-workers, and Nugget was an absolute lunatic. Yes, he was. He was crazy. And I did not realize he was crazy until like later on in our relationship. Total, we dated about a year, I would say. I would say about mid-16 to mid-17. So literally the first half of, no, sorry, the end of my junior year and then the beginning of my senior year we dated. Y'all know the McChicken you cannot go wrong with. So good. Okay, so when we were dating, we texted a lot. That's kind of the main form of communication that we used, because when we saw each other, we would see each other at work. And y'all know how it is dating in high school. Like when you're dating in high school, you're not seeing them very often because both of you guys live with your parents. at the time, I don't think I drove. Maybe I did. I don't know. I'm trying to remember if I drove or not, and I'm not sure. I think I did, because I drove June, yeah. I definitely drove. Okay, but anyways, our relationship was very weird because he didn't invite me over to his house, and I didn't invite him over to my house because, I don't know, maybe I was afraid of my parents meeting him. I'm not too sure. We just didn't have a relationship where we went over to each other's houses. We would always hang out either after work in his car, or we would see each other like during work, and we would text a lot. So that was how we mainly saw each other. If you guys saw the first, let me get a nugget. If you guys saw part 1, you would have saw how I said we would hang out in each other's, well, his car mostly. He loved his car. He was obsessed with his car. But we hung out in his car a lot, and we would always do it like after work. Oh, that sounds dirty. We would hang out after work in his car, and it would be nighttime, and we would just chill. We would hang out, talk. Very innocent. We didn't do anything. Like, the most we would do was make out. I wasn't like a very scandalous girl in high school, but so yeah. Anyways, once we really started getting into the relationship and we started to get to know each other more. Hold on, let me take a bite of this. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay, definitely not better than the Whopper. I stand by my comment. Burger King Whopper way better, but wow. That was really good. The more we got to know each other, the more his personality started to change, and he just started getting really bizarre in the way he acted towards me. And he would just say very, very crazy things to me. This isn't one of the bad things he would say to me, but it was very like, what's the word? It was just very off the rails. He would text me raps. Like, he would literally just send me a rap. Like almost like an Eminem rap. His idol was Eminem. He loved Eminem. And he would write these raps, and he would just text me this long paragraph of a rap that he like wrote. And at first I thought it was really cute because I was like, oh, you know, that's cool. He has a passion for rap and hip hop. He wants to be a rapper. I thought that was cool, you know, like, I'm all for people having dreams and aspirations, but it would get to the point where I couldn't even have a conversation with him. Like, whenever we would be texting, he would just be sending me these raps, and whenever I would respond and be like, oh, that's really good, or oh, I like your lyrics, or hot bars, bro. I didn't say that back then, but you get the point. He would just respond with another rap, and he would just keep doing that. So it's like we weren't having a conversation. He was just sending me these raps, and I'm pretty sure he was sending raps to like other people, probably like his friends and stuff. I don't know. It was very bizarre. So that's one of the weird things that he would do. But now, onto the things that were like very bad and serious. So I would say probably, I can't even give a time frame because I'm really not sure, but at some point in our relationship, he just started getting very, very mean to me, and he would call me the C word, as in see you next Tuesday. If y'all know what C word I'm talking about, he would just call me that word, and it would be like a flip of a switch. Like, imagine we're just having a normal conversation, maybe we start disagreeing about something, because you know, like whenever you're dating someone, I like to have deep talks with people. I like to have discussions. I like to talk about things in the world that are a bit deeper. I like having deep conversations with people, and sometimes you get into more of like a discussion. So maybe we would be discussing something and I would say something that he didn't like, and he would just flip on me. He would call me the C word. He would tell me to unalive myself. Like, literally, he would be like, go unalive yourself. But he didn't say unalive. He said the actual word. The word that you can't say on YouTube, I don't think. I don't know. And it was just very crazy. He had a really bad temper. He said some wild stuff. So this started progressing. It would get worse. He would do it more often. And the weird thing is that he didn't do it in person. If he was acting like that through text and saying stuff like that to me, whenever we would see each other in person at work, he would act like it never happened. So it was very weird. But eventually, he started, I guess you could say it started feeding into in-person interactions. So he started getting very, I guess, mean in person. And basically, one day at work, we were both working together, and at the time, we were fighting about something. I don't know. We were not on good terms. It was like very hostile between us at work, but I am very, for the most part, I'm very professional. Like, I'm not gonna act like some animal in someone else's establishment. You know, like if I'm under payroll, or if I'm on someone's payroll and I'm in their establishment, I'm not gonna act crazy. You know, I know how to like act when I'm on a job. But not Nugget. Nugget is crazy, and he will do whatever it takes to like get under your skin. So like I said, we were fighting, and I was on the front window at McDonald's where you hand the food out. So you know, whenever you're at McDonald's, you pay for your food and then you go to the second window to get your food handed to you. I was working that window, and at my McDonald's, when I worked at McDonald's, we sold $1 large sweet teas. So it was a large sweet tea for $1. They were very, very popular. I don't know if y'all have them where you are. Sweet tea is huge in the South, so we sold $1 large sweet teas like crazy. Like, it was Coke. We sold it so much. So what I would do when I worked the front window is I would pre-make the large sweet teas. I would make like 7 or 8 sweet teas at a time. Like, you would all, and everyone did that, not just me. Anyone who was working the front window would pre-make the tea so that they had them ready to go. You couldn't make too many at one time because then it would get watered down, but that's what we would do. So I had all my sweet teas made. So Nugget comes over to my workstation where I'm working the front window, and he starts taking my teas and just pouring them out. Like, he's grabbing the teas, he's looking at me while he's doing this and giving me, like, he's smiling at me. Like, you can tell that he's doing it in such a malicious way, because he's like looking at me like this and he's taking the sweet tea and he's just like dumping it out and smiling at me, and I'm just like, what are you doing? So I am not like responding to it. I'm just still doing my job, handing the food out, not paying any attention to him. I'm still like making sweet teas, you know, I'm just doing my thing. I'm like not trying to pay any attention to him because I know he's just trying to get on my nerves. But then he calls me fat. He literally says, you look so fat today, you fat, ugly, probably so, very mean, very mean. And at that point, you bet your butt I lost it. And I go to, no, pretty much just get loud and I yell at him and I'm like, Nugget, stop! I hold my hand up to like go to slap him, but the manager was right there and she like gets in between us and she's like, stop right now. She sent him home. She's like, you need to get your stuff and leave, go home. And the thing is that even though she was up there, she couldn't like see him antagonizing me because he was doing it very quietly. And when you're working at McDonald's, things are so hectic. Plus the manager has a headset on, so you can't hear too much when the headset's on, because everyone in McDonald's can hear everything when they have a headset on. So anyone who has a headset on can hear people's orders. So I don't think she could really hear, like, see what was going on until I screamed, because I screamed loud. I was like, Nugget, stop! And that's when she intervenes and she sends him home and she looks at me and she's like, are you okay? Like, what is going on? And I'm just like, you know, we're fighting, not doing too well. That was kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back. And I was like, okay, I need to do something. What am I still doing in this relationship? Like, why am I still hanging around this guy, you know? It just didn't make sense. So So at this point, a lot of my friends knew kind of what was going on, and I would like fill them in on everything that happened. And they would always tell me, like, Daisy, Nugget is crazy. You have got to stop talking to him. But for some reason, I just still wanted to talk to him. It was very weird. It's just like, why do we stay in things that we know are so bad for us? I don't know, but come to find out, he actually talked to a girl at my school. And just for the record, I didn't say this in this video, I'm pretty sure I said it in my last video. Yeah, I did. We didn't go to the same school. So Nugget did not go to the same high school as me. He went to a different high school. He was also like 1 or 2 years older than me, so anyways. Turns out he spoke to a girl at my high school and did the same thing to her. Called her the C word, the B word, told her to unalive herself. Just very disrespectful. And things that you should never say to another human being. Like, what the heck? Sorry, I had to restart my camera. My camera is very, very hot, so hopefully it'll be okay. I need to try and like get moving on this food in the story time. It's hard to eat and tell a story, but anyways, okay. So I get to a point where, and like I said, we were never officially boyfriend girlfriend, we were just dating, you know. And I pretty much just told him, I was like, either you commit to me and be my boyfriend and you start treating me like garbage, and you meet my parents, I meet your parents, or this is over. Like, I'm done with this situation. And so we end up breaking up because he did not want to commit to me. He didn't want to he didn't want to do any of that. I'm pretty sure I was just something fun and entertaining for him. So we end up breaking up, and get this, so shortly after we shortly after we stopped talking, like literally almost right after, he gets into a relationship with another girl. And this time, they're like full on official. Like, they're like Facebook official. Like, they are in a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, which is something he never did for me, but he did for this girl. I'm pretty sure he was talking to both of us at the same time. Probably being a psycho. I don't know though. I'm pretty sure because the girl actually went to my high school. He did not go to my high school, and yet he talked to all these girls from my high school. Very weird. But she went to my high school, but she was, I think, in a grade or two above me as well. So she was his age, but I remember she was on the cheerleading team when she went to our high school, and I was also on the cheerleading team. I ended up finding out that he wasn't really treating her like that. At least I don't remember. I don't think he was like being crazy towards her. So I don't know why he was doing it to me and the other girl. The other girl that he did it to was also in my grade, so I don't know if he just did it to women that was like 1 to 2 years younger than him. I don't know. It was very weird. But anyways, after that happened and he was with this girl and I was single, I ended up starting, I started to talk to another guy who was actually best friends with my best friend's boyfriend. So my best friend started dating a guy that also worked at McDonald's, but he was like a very great guy. And he had a best friend who I started talking to. So I started talking to his best friend, and we ended up like starting to talk. And great guy, really good guy, I can stand by that. He was an amazing guy. Obviously we didn't last, we didn't work out, but when I dated him, he was always great. So we were at McDonald's just talking after my shift one day, and I feel like that ketchup just went everywhere. Ooh. I got stuff all over my face. Okay. So me and the next guy that I started talking to, we were in McDonald's just talking. We were sitting, like, our McDonald's had this big island in it that a bunch of people could sit at. We were sitting there talking after I had gotten off work, and somehow Nugget found out that I was talking to this guy. I don't know. So Nugget is just driving around the McDonald's. Like, he's doing circles around the McDonald's, like looking in at me and this other guy talking. And he's texting me and he's like, I'm gonna go unalive myself. I can't believe you would do this. I'm going onto the highway right now. I'm gonna go 100 miles per hour and I'm gonna unalive myself. I'm gonna crash my car. Going crazy. And keep in mind, he was in a relationship with this other girl, texting me this stuff. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? You are crazy. You're a lunatic. That is kind of like the end of our interactions for that time. There's more. I'm not going to go into it in the story time. I think I'm going to do one more part. I'm going to do a part 4 to this little nugget story time, because there's more. There's more. This was what, 9 years ago? We had a few interactions like a few years ago, but like not on my end, like just him being crazy. And yeah, that was kind of the demise of our relationship, how things ended, how things got like to be. I've never had another guy treat me like that since then. Have I had guys do, you know, messed up stuff to me? Yes, I have after that, but I have never in my life had a guy talk to me the way he did. I mean, Nugget was actually verbally abusive. Like, telling someone to go unalive themselves multiple times, that will really mess you up. And that is kind of how he messed me up so much psychologically. Like, when I went to college, I was so messed up in the head because I was just so untrusting of other people. It was very hard for me to make friends in college because I was just so scared to like get close to people after that. Luckily, I went to college with one of my best friends from high school, so I made friends with her friends, but I could not make friends on my own because I was just so, I was so depressed. So yeah, that is part 3 to Nugget. He was crazy. So moral of the story, you guys, just make sure you are protecting yourself, standing up for yourself. Do not let anybody treat you like garbage, because you are a beautiful human being on this earth meant to have an amazing, enjoyable life. And anybody who's bringing that sort of negative energy into your life does not need to be in it. So get away from them. Don't do like I did and stick around for a freaking year. Like, why? Why did I do that? I don't know. But protect yourself, stand up for yourself. And yeah, I'm gonna leave y'all with that. I'm pretty full, so I love you guys so much. If y'all enjoyed the story time, please drop a thumbs up down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.